How you doing, my friends? Happy Thursday.
Happy Friday Eve. I'm doing well. I just refreshed a little fundraiser I'm watching and see a donation. Thank you, Scott. It just gave me a notification.
One day I hope to try one of the burritos. I think so.
That's
Described
awesome.
many times to me. It sounds delicious.
Oh, what a
Awesome.
day.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be. I can't believe the weekend. The week has flown by for some reason.
So fast. It was crazy. And today flew by extra fast for me because, as you know, and most people know, I play pickleball in the mornings and the vast majority of the time. Today, I played with a different group of guys that invited me to go play at a different location, and they played in the middle of the day. So when I was done and come home to tidy up things that I need to do and get ready, and I'm sitting
It was half
down.
over.
Yeah, well, holy cow, the podcast is like in an hour. I need to need to get my life in order here. So,
Yeah, awesome. You got any tournaments coming up?
no, nothing on the horizon for pickleball. No, we've got a very busy month of June as a family coming up. I think we're going to be, well, myself combined with the family trips and some personal trips. I think I'm gone like 3.5 weeks of June. So there will be some podcast from the road, probably some hotel rooms and Airbnb and hotel rooms and stuff like that. So
Field trip, guys. Do you hear that? That's awesome.
yeah, I'm taking you with me.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool. Well, it's been a week. It's been a week and a half. I don't know. We've had some weird weather. Like today, I don't know what it was, but I was resting, so I had closed my eyes, and I might have been snoring at the time. I was up on the bed. The AC's going, and suddenly there's like this gust of wind, and we haven't had wind here in, I don't know, like 2 weeks. We haven't had wind, and so this gust of wind, and of course the window's open, even though the AC's on. I know that's probably bad of me, but yeah, I suddenly had this blast of air. I'm like, whoa, that's just, I wasn't expecting that. But I poked my head outside and you can't see a cloud in the sky, so I don't know where it came from. It's just like it's like the rogue waves on the ocean. We had a rogue gust of wind.
Yeah, interesting. We had some fun thunderstorms come through this afternoon. So it's I love to do a lot of my work in the garage, and I don't mean like handyman work. I do work on my laptop, and then my TV sits up there, and then I like watching the neighborhood. I enjoy being outside, not inside. And about that time I got set up this afternoon, the rain started to come, and then massive lightning and thunder, which just rumbling through. It was awesome. So it's been super fun afternoon here weather-wise.
That's awesome. I know your good weather is our bad weather. So it's
correct.
You have to sort of understand that, because it's good. You had really good weather. That means don't go outside and bring the pets inside. Everything else.
That's right.
That is cool. So, Windy Horse, everything all been on hiatus. Happy to be back. Welcome back. 22 months makes you an OG. Thank you, Tumwater Troy, as well, gifted the membership, and Windy Horse gifted 5 memberships as well.
Bam.
Most generous. Thank you. We have. I didn't ask you if I could do this, but do you mind if I share a link to something we talked about earlier?
Oh no, if you want to, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. We were, Thomas and I talk usually about things that are not relevant even to the podcast before the show. It's just a sound check. We just have to make sure the audio's working, right?
That's right.
And Thomas, I'm sort of stealing your story here, goes out and gets breakfast at a little place that he's told me about many, many times.
Yeah.
And they know his order. They know exactly what he likes. It's great food. The quantity's perfect, most generous, just great tasting food. And it's a burrito, right? Breakfast burrito is
yeah, he'll make anything you want, actually. I've come to find out, if you're a regular in there. It's and just for context, it's in a gas station, but there's a mini kitchen in there. And the gentleman rents out that little kitchen from the gas station. And it's all Mexican food. So primarily it started with breakfast burritos. But then he just decided to he doesn't really have a menu. He just makes a plethora of stuff throughout the day. And if there's nothing out there that you see that you want, you just say, hey, can I get steak and shrimp and then tacos? And he goes, yeah. And he runs to his little freezer. And so it's really awesome. And it's usually everyone's in there and gets it to go. Breakfast on the way to work, or quick, lunch break on the run, there's like 2 little tables that seat 3 people, and I always stay there and I eat it there and hang out with them and kind of chit chat.
That is awesome. Your frequency in the location made you aware to subtle changes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Thomas described that he went in this morning and noticed a subtle change at the cash register, that the tip jar was no longer up there, which normally is stuffed full of tips, and everyone's super generous. And so you asked Poncho where the tip jar was, and he showed you security camera footage of the tip jar leaving the restaurant. And
Not with him.
not with him. So you opened up a little a GoFundMe, replace Poncho's stolen tip jar, and just barely opened up. And so I'll put a link in here. Obviously, no one's required to do anything here, but the reason why I found this story particularly inspiring is that Thomas asked about the tip jar, and Poncho doesn't use it as a tip jar. He doesn't take the money home at the end of the day. When people come in and don't have enough money to pay for their food, he pays for their food out of the tip jar. And so it's like a little community fund for people who may be a little short or in need that way. So for that reason, we're breaking our rules. We're putting a link in chat with the GoFundMe if you care to. Obviously, if there's no pressure whatsoever, but if you just go and hit the like button or share it with somebody if you find this story inspiring. I love that we have these little tiny stores that are, it's so easy to find a chain store, and you get corporate menus and corporate service, but a little family store like this, especially with the level of service that they have, it's a rarity, and we need to sort of support them as much as we can, or else we're going to lose them and just all be eating the same thing at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
Anyway, Thomas, way to go. That's you get an attaboy for doing that. Hopefully, can show Poncho that we appreciate what he does, and one day I'll get to appreciate in person what he makes. I'm excited to do that.
I hope so. He works so hard, and he's got an older pickup truck that had a broken back window for probably a year and a half. I mean, he works so hard. It's only him. He doesn't have any help. He's there Monday through Friday, like 10 hours a day, because he serves dinner for people that want to come in. And if you go in and order something, he'll pull out something else that he has with free samples. And I mean, like, he'll give you just 2 free tacos, and he does it for everyone and does it all the time.
Yeah.
And he's such a genuinely nice guy. We have very small dialogue in Spanish every morning when I go in, and he'll help me all the time to fix it or expand on it and whatnot. And I thought he's just one of the most genuinely nice guys. And so when he told me that this morning, of what made him the most sad is that he uses that money for others and now it's gone. Then I went, how could you get even nicer than I already thought you were? And so that's when I ran home, and I usually bounce just about everything I do off of Mrs. Weather Watch, because she's got a real solid head on her shoulders for things. And I said, this story, I think I want to do a GoFundMe for Poncho and see. And she gave me the thumbs up, so did it this afternoon. But the goal with the money is to buy a new tip jar that can be secured to the counter, and then obviously the leftover funds stuff that tip jar and then go deliver it to them. And then hopefully we get a picture together, and then we can upload it into the GoFundMe as an update for anyone that did share. So he's so awesome.
That is really cool. So thank you very much for that, Thomas. And I guess that leads into our first story. Do you want to run with that one?
Yeah, this one is crazy. I'll start off with a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you go to Lowe's, for example, in your
hang on, this is a little raw right now. I was late for sound check because I was at Lowe's. Okay, go on.
Say you're at Lowe's, and you just exit the store, and there's a $20 bill on the ground. Do you pick up a 20 and walk back to the customer service desk and say, hey, I found this right outside the door, someone might come looking for this? Or do you keep that 20?
It's not my 20.
Is there a dollar amount that changes if it's a dollar bill?
Yes. Oh, coins I pick up.
So you stop at paper money. If it's a dollar bill, you go turn it in.
Money's different. Yeah.
I agree. And I know everyone's different, right? They're like a dollar blowing through the parking lot. the likelihood of someone going into the customer service saying, "Hey, I lost $1 in the parking lot. Did someone turn it in?" They're scared of getting
That's
laughed at.
low. Yeah.
Yeah, but but this one is wild. Um, Florida man. This is a great Florida man story. Um, Mr. Salazar, Luis Salazar, was at a Wawa convenience store. I've never been to Wawa. I've heard the name a million times and hear people say it's amazing.
Oh, they're good.
Okay, so there you go. He stops at a Wawa and makes his way to the restroom, to which he finds a fanny pack hanging on the little metal rail there. And so he grabs it because there's no one else in there. It's just him. So he grabs it and he goes out throughout the store asking a whole bunch of people, "Hey, is this yours? Is this yours? Leave the restroom." To which everyone's saying no. Um, so then he decides, well, just like we've all probably done before, if you find a purse or a wallet or anything, let's open it up, look for an ID, right? So, to which he does. And then he is just flabbergasted because there's just wads of cash equaling $30,000 in this fanny pack.
It's a lot of money.
$30,000. I think I'm not going to discredit Luis because he did the right thing, and I'll continue with the story. But I think that's a lump sum of money that's life changing, and you don't keep it because I think someone might unalive someone if they find out you have kept that money.
I think people have been unlived for less money than that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it made me think, was the Wawa restroom a drop-off point for something? And so someone else was supposed to come in behind Luis and get said fanny
You got
pack.
the goods, I got the cash type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so he searched and searched, couldn't find anyone. And then finally, the owner called the Riviera Beach police station saying, "Hey, I lost fanny pack with a lump sum of money, XYZ." And through security cameras and whatnot, they identified Luis, the finder, and said, "Hey, the owner's at the police station here. If you want to come on and bring that back." And so we did. And a simple quote says, "It's just not mine to keep." And the owner couldn't believe it because he was saying, "This is a life-changing amount of money for many, many people. And to turn it in, mind blowing." Where I'm disappointed in the story is I've read it like 3 times, and maybe I needed to do a fourth. It's waiting to see the owner gave Luis XYZ amount of money for turning this in.
There should be some sort of, he got a hug. He got
There's you got a
the
hug.
owner was cried and gave him a hug.
There's
So,
no mention of any, "Hey, thanks a lot for giving me my 30K and not just taking it. Here's $100 bill." Nothing. Now, maybe they did, and they didn't want it published because the owner didn't want to be identified either. But
well, I wouldn't either if I was leaving 30 grand around in random bathrooms.
yeah,
That's not something I'd want published on in the news.
no, he's like, I don't need my wife to know when I almost really messed up on my way to go buy a pickup truck or something.
Oh man, what would be worse? That was great, by the way. What would be worse about going to buy a pickup truck is if you bought the pickup truck and weren't able to then take it home. It would be almost like leaving your money in the bathroom stall.
Very much so.
Why would that happen? Why would you buy a pickup truck and not be able to take, especially a brand new pickup truck, right at the dealership? Well, in Kansas, I think they're short on trees. I don't know what. The part of Kansas I've been through was not heavily forested, right?
Lots of hay.
Yeah. There's plenty of vegetation, foliage, but not foliage, but not trees, at least the part that I saw. And apparently around this dealership in Olathe Ford Lincoln, they also are a little short on trees because a robin used the truck tire and the wheel well of said purchased truck to build a nest and lay eggs and have little tiny birds. And they couldn't move. So although the customer was successfully able to buy the car, upon inspection, so the quick walk around before you take it off the lot identified the nest, and the truck will remain. The F-250 will remain sitting there in the dealership on the lot until the birds feather and are able to leave the nest, at which point So will a truck be able to leave
Yes.
the nest and move on?
Because they're federally protected. So you can't touch the nest. You have to leave it. So by
Oh,
law, they're
are
not
they?
just doing it as a courtesy. They're just by law, they
I
cannot
didn't
touch
know. I guess they one of the first treaties the United States entered was a Migratory Bird Protective Act.
Treaty Act.
Yeah, it's way back when, and I guess we're still stuck under that. I mean, it's a good thing to be stuck under. I mean,
Yeah.
the birds are great for the environment, but so
Yeah, there's a
let's give
quote. This may
let's
be
give
the
you
only F-250 in America currently protected by the Migratory Bird Treaty Act.
there's got to be another somewhere. We just don't know.
Right.
We want to give a huge thank you to our incredibly kind and understanding customers who have been so patient and thoughtful while we wait for these little ones to grow up and leave the nest safely. The dealership said, "Thanks for waiting."
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
A Ford F-250 is an expensive pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the package, if it's Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, I forget the
You
other
can
version.
be what? It's going to be 60,000 to 80,000.
Oh, you can be over $100,000 on an F-250, depending on which one you get.
Yeah.
Did they not test drive the truck before they bought it? Because the nest is there. It's not like they test drove it a week ago and came back and now they're pulling the trigger saying, I'm going to buy it. Because that nest takes some time to build, the laying of the eggs, and then they've hatched. Did they drive one, but they wanted the white one, not the one they test drove? I mean, that's a lot of money.
I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that
Building a nest.
that the purchaser is probably a Ford loyal, a loyal
Repeat
Ford.
customer.
So it's like, hey, this is the truck I want. I know I want that truck. That's the color. That's the style. And so he just went to buy it, knowing full well that if there's a problem, the dealership's going to back it up and
Traded in the 2025 for the 2026.
and
So
then
they
had
what
to
they
take
like
an
it.
Uber home.
And then had to Uber home. Bought the truck and left Sans truck. That's wild. I wonder if the dealership every morning takes a little update picture of the little hatchlings and their size and everything, sends it to the customer so they have it progress.
It's a great advertising opportunity. I set up a live cam.
Yes.
I just live stream it. It's like, here's our F-250 nest.
Be brilliant. Just like the Eagles in Big Bear, California that have the 24/7 YouTube camera on them. Do that at the dealership. Put a little GoPro in on the tire.
I imagine before the customer actually leaves with the truck, they're going to have to do a little bit of cleanup because
that tire's nasty.
It's probably got a few stains here and there that need to be just hosed off a little bit. We'll just clean it up a little bit when it's all done. But
that's wild. What are the odds? I wonder who spotted the nest first. Walking around.
I didn't see which tire it was on. Was it like on the driver's? It looked like a front tire. The Ford F-250s, they have a pretty good lift on them, so the space around the wheel well is sizable. It's not like some of the cars that sort of almost encapsulate the tire in there.
Right.
So I imagine it was pretty easy to see about eye level. Don't you?
Yeah.
Ever see it? We got the big tires on there, but no, that's cool. That's a big shout out to the customer who's like, I'll wait. It's only what is it, like 2 or 3 weeks?
I don't know.
The birds, it's like little kids. They grow up so fast. And
you're not kidding. On the golf course, because my friends and I would play every weekend, and 'tis the season for what we're talking about right now. And so here we have ducks, mallards are everywhere, and tons of Canadian geese. And we're at the stage right now where there's like little infant geese running around, and there's already some that look like teenagers. The Canadian geese grow so fast. It's insane. They come from these little hairy looking chick babies to 3 days later, all of a sudden it's like a half a goose. I mean, yeah. they're huge.
All the feathers and colors have come in, and they're just as ornery as the parents.
Exactly.
We had in our yard, we've got shrubs because North Carolina, everything is growing. Like it's a constant battle to fight the nature from taking over the property again. As a matter of fact, I spent this afternoon with a hedge trimmer just chopping stuff down. But earlier last week, I think it was, I was out walking around looking at hedges, looking at what I had to do this week because I was sort of planning my weeks ahead. And as I walked by one hedge, I heard just a little rustle, and I saw that there was a starling, which I don't like the starlings because they nest in my roof, but it was one of those baby starlings that was almost a full-grown starling, but hadn't yet really learned to fly.
Yeah.
And it was in the nest, and it was flap, 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 and it sort of fluttered around in there and hopped over. And it took, I don't know, maybe a second and a half to do that. And I saw it and I recognized what it was. And from, I don't know how many yards away, Kiki, my cat,
Oh no.
also identified that very unique sound of a bird fluttering in the bush, and I've never seen Kiki run that fast, and just sprinted it, and then this dead stop as he saw us, right?
Like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm not supposed to do this.
I'm like, hey, Kiki. and then the bird made like one more little flap, and it was like a missile. Kiki just like a white rocket, right? And he just dove like headlong into the bush, and he was in there for like less than a second and came out with a mouthful of bird and just, and he was gone.
Oh my gosh.
It's the circle of life, and it's a starling. So I'm like, hey, Kiki, go. If you can get a couple more, that would be great. Please learn how to climb up in the roof.
Oh, no.
But yeah, birds' nests.
Speaking of the circle of life, this one gives me heebie-jeebies. But it happened this week. Mrs. Weather Watch and I are sitting in the garage. What day is this? It's a few days ago. It's this week. And we love our flower beds and our little boxwood shrubs and all that stuff. Just Mrs. Weather Watch is amazing at how she plans what flowers go to what bushes this time of year and cleans everything up in the mulch and this and that. And with that, we have about three good old toads that have lived here for a couple of years now. They love our plant beds, our flower beds.
Toad? Like
toads, like frogs.
How big, using your hands, how big are the toads?
So one's a big dude. He's like that big.
Oh, wow.
And then there's another two that are maybe like that big. Like they're big frogs. They're awesome. Okay. And they even hop up to like our front door and hang out by our welcome mat and stuff. And then we see them. They let us like scratch their head and pet them. They don't run away from us. They're awesome. They're the coolest frogs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so cool. We love them. So we look out into the driveway, and there's one of the toads midday, which it's not uncommon for them. They come around and whatnot and do their thing. And I noticed he's bleeding. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I walk out of the garage to the driveway and try to look at him and see like where he's hurt or how, and we just assumed it was a neighborhood Kiki, something like that. And then I look over towards the flower beds, I don't know why, I just look in that direction. There's another one of our frogs with the back half of him is in the mouth of a snake. And the frog is fighting to get away, and the snake is fighting to keep it. And I'm like, babe, I know why he's bleeding. It's a snake.
Oh, man.
And she's like, what? And I'm like, it's happening now to the other frog. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I'm feeling helpless because they're kind of in the middle of a fight. So I can't just run over there and like get the snake and let him go. I'm not getting bit by snakes. And snakes, nope, I'm out. I can't do it.
Where you draw the line.
The nicest snake in the world, I'm out. I can't do it. Fortunately, this is a happy ending. Frog gets away, gets out. The frogs were too big for said snake. The snake had, bigger eyes than stomach, so to speak, but gets away and it's fine. And off it goes. And then the snake is no longer with us, but but both frogs, they survived, and they hid under our truck tire and my car tire for a good hour and a half. While they kind of recouped. The one stopped bleeding. The other one never bled. The one that got out of the snake's mouth, and then they worked their way back over to the plant bed. And then they were both by the welcome mat this morning, so I got to see them say good morning, give them a little scratch on the head. But for someone who doesn't like snakes, it was the most terrifying, disgusting thing I'd ever seen, looking and seeing one of our beloved frogs fighting for his life to get away from this. I'm so glad he got away. It was such and then of course, we worked in the flower beds yesterday because we still had stuff to do. And I told Mrs. Weather Watch, I'm out. I'm not going anywhere near the flower beds because I know there's another
That's where the
snake in here.
was.
There's the snake in here somewhere.
Yeah. We had the snake thing last spring where we found the snake after it had got up to the nest and it had 3 little bumps in it.
Yeah, because it climbed up the kitchen lights, right? Or the Christmas lights.
Christmas. Well, yes, it did. But I'm not going to claim responsibility for that one. I've taken the lights down. As a matter of fact, I threw the lights in the discard pile. Do you have discard piles? It might be against the HOA. We don't have HOAs here. But
what's a discard pile? Like a trash can?
Have you ever played like card games where you draw a card and you don't want it, you put it down, and the next person can pick it up if they want?
I know what a discard pile is, okay. But when it comes to decorations,
like only anything can go in it.
In your community?
Just there's a designated spot on your yard that's the discard pile, and you put things there, and people come and get them. I put a clawfoot bathtub out there. Somebody came and got it.
So like on the front curb.
Sort of, but we
let's
put it out and back. So we're on a corner. So we've got the busy front street, which we try to keep a little nicer. We always have the Christmas lights up and things like that. And then
always have that.
And then in back we have the donation pile or the discard pile. And I was cleaning out the office. I put 2 metal detectors that were still in the box that they're not good ones. They're not excellent. I've got 5 others. So I don't need these 2. Okay. This was my concession to Mrs. RA, right? I'm helping clean the house. I'm like, I can get rid of some of my metal detectors. Uh-huh. I put 2 of those out there and I put the black lights from Halloween. I'm not going to use those again. So those big bright black lights and just a couple other things. And
I thought it's supposed to be junk, not stuff you can sell, because people would pay money for that.
They would, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. I mean, the black lights, I probably could have got like $20 each out of, but then I'd have to ship it.
And the bargaining and the back and forth marketplace is just, yeah, I'm with you.
To me, it's worth it. And I'm like, hey, somebody out there is going to be like, sweet, I got Halloween decorations. And that's just awesome. But I put, I forgot what it was we were talking about, but I put it out there in the discard pile and everything's gone right now, except for one thing. We've just cleaned out a basement, like our little tiny half tall, it's a hobbit basement because you can only stand, like you have to stoop down to walk through it because they built the house and then they dug out like as far as they could before they hit water and then cemented it in. So we've got like a half basement and we were I say we, but Mrs. RA was cleaning it out. I did nothing to help. And we have an old paint can rack where every time you paint the house or paint something, you save the paint can. Mm-hmm. Well, all the paint's dried long ago. And this paint rack is actually like an antique Canada Dry display shelf.
I love a good ginger ale.
That's in my discard pile right now. So I've got a Canada Dry shelf out there. Someone's going to pick it up because they like, antiques or something like that. It's a wire rack with the Canada Dry labels and stuff. And so anyway,
that's cool.
Discard piles they're the best thing ever because it saves me a trip to the dump. Somebody else gets some treasure or, scrap in the case, and they might be going to the dump or selling the copper as in the case of the Christmas lights. Those are probably going to be scrapped for copper wire. True. And it's just the circle of life in products.
Yeah.
Discard pile.
I think
every HOA should allow it. Go ahead.
You know what the biggest tip is if you put something out in said display pile and no one takes it for a couple of days?
What?
You put a sign on it that says $5 and then someone will steal it within minutes.
I was thinking you post on the Facebook page free and then somebody will come get it, but
no. Put a price on it and it'll get stolen real fast.
My community is actually really good that way. We have not had problems. I've left very expensive gear out.
Red Pen, that's where my brain went to immediately when he
American
said, yes. You've seen the show, right?
I'm familiar with it. They find old cars in barns and things, right?
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. They'll go in and an older gentleman on a farmhouse who's got this old barn, and it's got like, yeah, I've got all these signs. It's got 900 signs from 1920s, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, and they're offering all this money for it. But yeah, that's something they would it's right up their wheelhouse. That's cool.
I should have done that. I should have put my 1950s show kitchen from General Electric
Yes.
in the picker pile instead of the dumpster.
You put it in the dumpster.
The countertop is, I think it's like 15 feet long, and it's all one solid stainless countertop.
Oh, someone would have paid. Never mind. I'm not going to add insult to injury here.
Well, I know that there was one other one for sale, and it was selling for like $60,000 at the time. And I advertised this one. I put it in Facebook. I put it online. I said, "Hey, we've got this, but it's got to go." And I'm saying, pick it up, and it's yours.
No takers.
It's you basically need to have a crane to pick it up. It's so heavy. It's a dishwasher, it's a stove, it's a sink, it's cabinets, and it's the countertop all in one unit. That
Okay.
we called GE to try to get it repaired. They didn't even have a record that they had made it.
Yeah.
It was a one-off. We even sent them pictures of the advertisements where they advertised this to say this is the product we're trying to repair. They wanted pictures and everything. We had the matching, the bottom halves, which all metal cabinets in green and yellow, because those are the colors they came in. And then we also had the upper cabinets, which were also all metal and matched. And we had the upper in the refrigerator / freezer, which mounted on the wall like a picture up with your cabinets. And it was the full set. I mean, if General Electric had made a show kitchen for their 1950s kitchen center, it would have been this kitchen.
That was it.
And it all went in the bin. Every last bit of it.
That hurts. That hurts my heart. I don't know why.
I'm sure when it got to the dump, somebody's like, "Hey, that's stainless," and it got pulled in a heartbeat. But
yeah, real quick. That's wild. It belonged in the museum. Government for sure.
Yeah, we took lots of pictures, but that's
one day you're going to look back and I missed that. Well, maybe not, but
I'm not sure how we got on this topic. I'm wondering why we're talking about my old kitchen.
From the snake to your snake climbing up your Christmas lights that you then removed your Christmas lights to put it in the donation pile. Yes. To now we're talking about what goes on the donation pile.
It was a logical progression. It wasn't just random thoughts. Okay.
No, but it's all not relevant to anything that we're talking about today.
How appropriate for the evening. Let's get back on topic a little bit here as we
how do we segue? Speaking of animals,
as we talk about poop. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to keep it as clean as possible. But have you ever analyzed your property and found that something has been leaving? I have, and now there. another delay in this in our show because I'm a hey, get off my lawn dad in our neighborhood here because I love my grass. It's my whole jam. This time of year, it's all about the lawn. I mow every single day. There's treatments I do. It's just I'm on a program. The grass is important. I'm also big on picking up after your dog when they go on someone else's lawn. I just think it's common courtesy. Yep. And there's a section of my front lawn on the left of my drive where someone doesn't pick up after their dog. And I don't really want to pick it up all the time. So we have a Bradford pear tree that's like kind of right there. So I have a game camera mounted right on one of the main branches facing this spot. I love this.
And it's not hidden at all because I will see other bits of feces and whatnot. And I'll know, okay, the neighborhood cat, there's like 4 around, whatever, and there's other wild animals and whatnot. We had a skunk in our yard just the other day. So I'll see it and go, okay, that's just a rogue animal doing its thing. When it's someone's dog, it's very obvious. One more inspection. So the game camera gets put up right there. And I don't hide. It's not scared. I'm watching you. Basically it is right. I haven't turned it on since I mounted it. There has been it's them.
Hang on, you're breaking up. You haven't turned it on?
There we go. No, because I've done this once before, and the second I mounted it, it all of a sudden magically stopped. So I did it again. I just put it back up 3 weeks ago, and all of a sudden
Smile.
someone's dog isn't going. Yes. So I do analyze animal poop in my yard when it happens, because I want to know if it's just by nature just happening, or if someone is just being an irresponsible dog owner.
I think first of all, I think you should put a more covert camera up. Okay, because I'm all about catching them in the act. And second, I think you have a fabulous community Facebook page where those pictures belong.
Put them on blast.
Yeah.
So it's funny you say that. Talking to my neighbor who loves it too, because it's our lawns. It's the point where we're actually shared lawn right there. So sometimes it ventures on his side. So I was thinking about taking it down, but moving it higher up and back in the tree and putting it down. So the people walking by go, "Oh, he took his camera down," and then they'll have the relapse,
Yes.
right? And then boom, got him.
Well, you check your yard quite thoroughly. Have you ever checked your roof?
No.
I don't know what led this California man to check his roof for animal droppings, but he did, and it led him right to the source. In this case, it was a mountain lion.
Ooh.
Close encounter with a mountain lion. He spotted unusual droppings on the roof of his guest house. He's like, that's a big bird.
Yeah.
But he saw that there, and he thought, well, there are 4 distinct deposits, and then he looks over and he sees a very large cat looking right at him.
A very big kiki.
Yes, and security cameras did capture the encounter, and he says the cat looked like he was ready to pounce. So he went indoors. Mountain lion did not follow, but they called the Humane Society, and there was another mountain lion spotted a few blocks away just a few days after. But in Los Angeles County, mountain lions basically call that whole county home. So anywhere you live is also their territory. Hey.
Oh, hi.
Elaine.
I missed the name. Hi, Elaine. I missed the name.
Welcome. Yeah, we just have a little bit of fun here. But I'm only sharing this, Thomas, first of all, because it's on the rundown, and second of all, as a word of caution. Be careful, because you might catch more than you bargained for with your game camera.
Oh, watch out for poop on the roof. That's wild. I remember I grew up outside of San Diego in a very small rural community. Tons of wildlife, and everything was like all horse property that people had. It was kind of like the Wild Wild West type area. It was awesome. I loved it. And mountain lions were definitely a thing. They were around, and so no one really has a kiki out there, just for obvious reasons.
Food.
Yes, kiki food. But yeah, they were up and about, but never in my life growing up did I hear, well, and I guess I was so young, maybe I didn't know it, but hear any stories of them on the roof. We found one on a roof here or there. Probably because things have been built up since then, more and more and more, right? We're taking over the animals and land and territory, so they're being forced to go to the bathroom on your guest house roof because you took their field over.
It's your own fault. It's your fault for building there. But, yeah, I'll check my guest house from a distance, because my guest house is shorter than my main house, so I can actually look out. Maybe now this would look weird. I was going to say I could get some binoculars and look out at the roof, and I'm like, no, the optics of that are not good.
Spying on your Airbnb guest. There goes your 5-star review.
Guest leaves, and then I'll check the roof.
Review comes in. Place was immaculate, clean, fast internet, but owner spies on you with binoculars. Yeah.
No, it's
I'm glad you said it out loud so you could rethink it real quick.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I know we have squirrels out there that we have what that's a beautiful, beautiful white oak tree. Okay. I think it's a white. Yeah, it's a white oak. It's the one that has the horizontal the branches that just grow straight out to the sides. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, those are
Instead
cool.
of like trees where the branches are, they
Mhm.
just it's like a lateral line just juts out. Well, it has one branch that's almost the full length. It's almost 40 feet long, just juts out. It's right next to our Airbnb. As a matter of fact, it goes over some of it. And one little branch from that is like a little ladder that grows right down to the roof. So it's a highway for
squirrel
squirrels.
bridge.
They're always up there. Of course, they're looking for acorns in the gutters and everything like that. But I need to actually cut that branch back sometime when it's not going to fall on the house. So I don't know how to do that, but I've put it off for like 3 years now, and it's just getting to be a bigger and bigger chore because it keeps growing. But I imagine if I have a pole chainsaw, one of those.
Good pole saws, yeah.
It's a pole saw, but it's actually a gas powered or electric powered chainsaw, so I can just be like, bzzz.
Yeah.
I think if I do it in small enough sections, it's not going to come down through the roof. I'll just have to cut a lot of pieces.
I literally did that yesterday afternoon at our house in the backyard. We have a big old live oak back there, and there was perfectly 2 giant lower end branches that we looked at that needed to come down, primarily because the shade and what it's doing to my grass back there, since we're talking about lawns. But the other portion was how far over into the roof he was getting. So I did exactly that. I have a regular chainsaw and a pole chainsaw. And so I got the ladder out, put it right next to the house, and literally just lopped off about that much to start with that was hanging over the house. And I just did that in increments until I got it far enough away from the house, and then used the chainsaw to get the branch that's on the trunk of the tree. Takes a while. But otherwise you're talking rope and angles and
I'm fine with rope and angles. It's the climbing part that I'm not on board with. I prefer to stay down on the ground.
Well, the other solution would be a local tree service that you could call and stay inside and not worry about it.
Do you know how
but
much,
it's expensive.
Do you know how much they charge to take down a big tree?
I don't know specifically or in your area, but I know it's thousands of dollars.
$3,000 to $4,000 to cut down a big tree. Like I've got a pecan tree, which once they get like, I don't know, 75 years old, they just start shedding branches for no reason whatsoever. Perfectly good, healthy branches, they'll just drop them.
Yep.
And mine's at that stage, and it's huge. It's massive. It's nearly 100 feet tall, and
oh gosh,
and it's in the middle of the yard. It's not overhanging anything. It'll come down in a hurricane, I'm sure, but where it is right now, you can drive any equipment right up to it. It's beautiful. It's healthy. And they're like, that's going to be $4,000. I'm like, I know for a fact, because I've seen you guys do this. You can take this tree down in about 2 hours.
Right.
You're done.
$2,000 an hour.
Yeah. That's like 2 guys with a chainsaw and a ladder. And I just can't bring myself to pay for that.
No. I like to do a whole lot myself. And the one thing about trimming trees, I've noticed, because I did it for a friend of mine one time. That was an entire tree that I had to help him with. But once you start trimming and cutting and you get it down, somehow it grows drastically once you've got it down on the ground. You go, I did not cut that much off this tree. Where did this all come from?
On the cleanup side.
Yes. It's like 3 cuts, and I'm going to be here for 2 more hours cleaning this up somehow.
When I first moved to North Carolina, I moved from the Intermountain West, which is desert, right? And so trees were something you had to water to keep alive out
right
there. And out here, you don't have to water trees. People just chop them down willy-nilly. And I was thinking, oh no, doesn't somebody want that wood? Doesn't somebody want? Like, no. They're just like, anywhere you can hide it or dump it, you're just trying to get rid of it. And I couldn't, the whole mindset, I was thinking there's got to be somebody with like a lathe, call Rob from Lawn Lumber.
Yeah.
I've got some pecan wood and I got some white oak. Are you interested?
Right.
But there's just so many trees out here that it's a mind shift. If you haven't been out on the east coast, it is just green. It's just, everything is green. Everything is growing. There's just so much.
Everything's green and very tall.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. It's going back to nature.
Wogger says, what do you do when your neighbor's tree is threatening your garage roof? First and foremost, you hopefully have a nice civil conversation.
Civil suit? What?
And then, yeah, and if the conversation doesn't work, then you can actually get to chopping away if you want, as long as you don't do anything that kills the tree, because then you're liable for the cost of the tree plus like XYZ years of them having that tree is how it works out. But if you give it a nice little light trim, then you're okay.
Yep. And if it's a safety issue, you can cut it back. Like it's over your house, you can cut it back. But if it damages the tree, in some states you can pay up to like 4 times the cost of the mature tree.
Exactly.
Which suddenly becomes very cheap to hire one of these $4,000 tree companies.
Yes.
Make your choice wisely. It's always better to work it out with the neighbors before you just do it yourself. But
indeed,
we have a
comment for you all right here.
Yeah,
on screen.
Please tell Dominique happy birthday. Dominique, happy birthday! I'm a bad boyfriend. I forgot to add her to the list. Best friend, I'm a bad best friend. Dominique from Kilyo 123 321 Kilyo 123. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope this, well, better yet, you know what we're going to do? Thomas is going to sing to you.
No, I don't sing. Nope.
Thomas is really good at, I'll do the music.
I'm even better at this.
I'll sing really quickly. Here we go. Ready? It's Dominique, right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dominique. Happy birthday to you. There you go. All right, Dominique. I apologize for the delay back and forth. Music never works very well on StreamYard, but boyfriend. Okay. Best friend, boyfriend. Hopefully it's the same. Boyfriend and best friend. Have a happy birthday. Help yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village, and Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlop's house, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. Dominique, there you go.
Wow.
All right.
I think that's a first. That's a first for the podcast.
Yeah. We've never done a late evening birthday song like that before. But one more story we have to scratch off the list here so we can get it done, because we've been following this one for a while.
We've got 2 stories.
Well, this one particularly is involving self-driving cars. We've followed the wayward routes of Waymo for
wayward Waymos. Love it.
Waymo's once again, this time in the news, this time in Atlanta, just south of us in Georgia, where I am banished. And they're now getting complaints from neighbors who are saying that we are seeing self-driving Waymo cars, sans occupant, right? These are just empty. They're just practicing, I guess, waiting for a rider. I don't know what they're doing. They're staging, but they're finding their way into cul-de-sacs, like the little bulb dead end roads where they turn around.
Yep. So
somebody probably programmed something into the Waymo, the brain, saying it's easier to turn around in a cul-de-sac than it is to, find the left-hand turn or something like that. And so Waymo is preferring cul-de-sacs to make their change of directions. And the neighbors don't want it. And so they're posting videos of 1, 2, 3 cars at a time going in a little train through. They're just driving around in their yard, and they want it to stop. So they say cars have been arriving in large groups the past 2 weeks, most frequently in the early morning, and they're circling the dead end roads. They were doing it a couple months ago, but it's happening again. Yesterday morning, one resident said we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7 a.m. They've tried to use signs toward the Waymos, because the Waymos have cameras on them. They're trying to like talk to the car.
Go away, go back.
We don't want you here. But that's not working.
It's confusing the cars, so they don't know how to exit.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But they shouldn't be on small residential cul-de-sacs if they're not picking somebody up, the residents say. And Waymo has said the following: "We are committed to being good neighbors. We take community feedback seriously and have already addressed this routing behavior. With over 500,000 weekly trips, this is their advertisement on the tail end, weekly trips across the country, our service has proven to significantly reduce traffic injuries and improve road safety. We value our relationship with Atlanta residents and remain focused on providing a seamless, respectful, and safe experience for riders and residents alike. I don't know. I think if it continues, the residents might take it into their own hands and
spike strips.
Paintball guns. I'm not suggesting any of this. I don't think you should do anything, but things happen, and Waymo needs to do better. It was just April when they blocked an intersection completely. Like Waymo just shut down traffic for some reason.
And it wasn't just a week or two ago where in Atlanta again, thankfully there wasn't any passengers, but they drove directly into floodwaters, and the Waymo got swept away. But my favorite part is at the tail end of the quote. It says, we value our relationship with Atlanta residents, remain focused on providing a seamless, respectful, and safe experience. Albeit the video that I saw this morning showed a felony stop by police. I forget the town, in an intersection. Weapons were drawn and aimed at the felon's vehicle as a Waymo approaches with passengers and just makes their nice little gradual left turn and enters
drives right
into crossfire and is right next to the felony vehicle.
It stops next to the criminal and they're like, we've arrived. It's time to get out. The door's open.
Yes. It's just insane seeing that. So no, not safe. Technology is terrifying in many ways when it's can you imagine being a passenger and you're in a car like that, self-driving car, going, stop. No, there's guns pointing this way now. Stop.
Now go.
Yeah. Hurry, go.
We've reached your destination.
Yeah. What's crazy is we leave at the end of this month for a week to go to Scottsdale, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw one of these cars in person was Scottsdale, Arizona airport. You walk out from baggage claim and you hit the curb and, there's all the ride shares and the buses and the rental car pickup and all this. Well, it's like Uber, Lyft, blah, blah. And there's another lane. It's the Waymo lane only. And there's like 30 of them lined up just waiting. And since we're going back, I was asking Mrs. Weatherwatch, I'm like, I kind of want to get one for the experience. No truer words have ever been spoken when she's like, how many stories of this company do you cover on the podcast every month? I'm like, well, yeah, okay, you got a point. Good point.
Yeah, this could end as another story. I say you do it and live stream the whole thing.
And stream it. Yeah, I should.
I've never ridden in a robo-taxi. I'm not sure if I'm willing to. The closest I've been in is a Tesla that has self-driving. But even then, there was a driver at the wheel, and they sort of had to touch the wheel every once in a while. It wasn't like fully self-driving. But I mean, that was cool, but at the same time, a little bit creepy because I knew that I could see that they weren't working the pedals. It was just doing something. But
that is odd. The closest I've been to, actually, our truck. We've got a pickup truck that has it where same thing. You got to touch the wheel. But
you don't actually have to touch the wheel. If you get like a steam hot towel, you can wrap the wheel and just go to sleep. It'll do its thing.
Well, true. I think ours lacks. I think ours lacks the technology because ours isn't just a touch. You actually have to manipulate the wheel a little bit for it to then acknowledge you're there. So, because Mrs. Weatherwatch, bless her heart, she was like putting her thumbs, what she thought are sensors, but there's nothing there. She's like, it's not and then I just bumped it with my finger and then the warning goes away. And it's like every 90 seconds or something. It's pretty cool. I don't trust it when there's oncoming traffic and there's no median. I'm like,
is it fully driving or is it more like lane, centering? And
it's fully driving. You have to put on cruise control, but it will also brake if it gets close to cars, and then it'll accelerate and all that on its own, and it will just drive. Because I tested it on the way out to our ranch with some windy, curvy roads to see how accurate it was, and it was incredible. But I don't trust it because on one windy, curvy road, the technology, has a hiccup, and then off into the bar ditch we go. So
it sounds like what I had when I drove down to Florida. I think it was like an Audi I rented or something, and it enabled me to not stop or basically even turn the whole time I drove through Georgia. So That was quite nice.
Some of the newer technology now, my brother has one. He's got it's via Lincoln, the Aviator. He's got a new one, and it has nothing to do with touching the wheel. It's got sensors that watches your eyes, so it wants to make sure you're looking ahead. But where they failed on that one is he pulls up a movie on his cell phone and he puts it right here in his dash. So he's just sitting just as I am watching his movie, but the sensors are
It's
thinking
like
he's
good
watching the
enough.
road.
Good
Yeah.
enough.
So it just takes him on his road trip. He doesn't have to do anything for hours.
Yeah.
It's,
It needs to have microphones so I can see it's just singing, let it go, let it go. Pull it back in. Yeah. You got to be paying attention.
It's wild.
Are other countries doing this? I mean, is US like where this we've got some people from overseas. I'm sorry, you're up really early right now. But does England have self-driving cars? Do they allow that in London?
I don't know, because I know there's crazy stipulations on motorcycle licenses and things like that there. You can only drive a motorcycle ride one that's small in CCs to start with, and then you kind of graduate. But I mean, I know it's huge in China, it's huge in Japan.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I think they might be like, let's let America figure it out.
Crash test dummies.
Then if it goes well, we'll do it. No need for us to ruin our country with self-driving vehicles.
Oh. Speaking of foreign countries and our country here, America, I found this one to be pretty funny and cool because I'm curious. I like to learn and be educated on things, especially through other countries and other cultures and everything else, right? Because people do things differently, and sometimes they do things way better or way cooler or whatnot. So this one is kind of funny. It's a foreigners hilariously revealed the stuff branded American and then blank to those outside of the U.S. So, for example, let's see if I can start with the first one. Discussion. So it was posted on Reddit, and that's how people started talking about it. And then other people started to chime in. So, for example, in Europe, there's Doritos, and here in the U.S., the blue bag, we know that as the Cool Ranch flavor.
Good stuff.
They taste so good, but the aftertaste and your breath is absolutely terrible when you're done eating those.
It's a solo food, not really for team events.
Yeah. But in some parts of Europe, the blue Doritos bag is branded as Cool American flavor instead of Cool Ranch, which is I never would have guessed. I think that's odd. I don't know what it has to do with us, but it is.
I've heard that same thing with American dressing. In foreign countries where the ranch dressing is called American dressing.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, you spent time over there.
I'm not sure if ranch has another meaning. They're like, we don't say that. Like we say fanny pack, and in England you don't say fanny pack.
Right. Yeah.
That's
exactly.
something else entirely.
Right.
But I'm curious why ranch was zoinked, and they just insert American there.
Yeah, it is different. And what sparked a lot of this conversation is in the U.S. we have French fries, Belgian waffles, Russian roulette, Greek yogurt, Chinese finger trap, et cetera, et cetera. That's being pointed out. So like, well, where's the difference elsewhere? In Hungary, an American kitchen means it's not walled off from your living room. It's just wide open. Big wide open floor plan is an American kitchen, which is different. I never would have guessed or anything like that. Norway, you know those bags of frozen veggies like peas and carrots and green beans and all that, and then it comes frozen in the freezer section and you use it for whatever.
I have a confession about those. I don't think I've ever eaten any. I always just use them for ice packs because I can never find the ice packs out of the freezer. It's like, we're never going to use this. Let's just stick this on your knee. You'll feel better.
You have eaten them if you've eaten at Red Lobster or any other restaurant, pretty much. I know a lot of people do. That's called the American mix in Norway.
Okay.
Not sure why.
With the ice pack mix. Come on. How many of you frozen peas are like the go-to, right?
100%.
Because no one likes frozen, or no one likes peas, period. Unless like fresh snow peas from the garden, like straight from the pod. That's when I like peas. But everything else is just like, it's a glorified ice pack.
Exactly.
that happens to be edible if there was a famine.
If there's nothing else in the world to eat, you'd eat that. One poster, let's see, from the Netherlands, it says we have this one's actually, I want to try this. It says we have a popular bread topping called filet American. It's basically steak tartare. Have you ever had steak tartare?
Oh, is that the thin one?
It's the raw
No,
beef.
I have not.
Oh
You
my
told me
gosh.
about that one.
Yes, it's the
I,
best thing ever.
I've had rare steak, but I have not done raw yet.
Okay, yeah, I highly recommend trying it. But it's steak tartare mixed with a mayo-based sauce, spices, and condiments. It's very delicious. So they mix it all together, and it's called filet American, but it has no connection to America, as they mentioned. But that sounds amazing. I'm going to try that.
Not filet American, not filleted American, right?
Correct.
Okay, just
Correct.
making sure we're talking about
A
right.
filleted American beef tartare would not be appealing.
Like, I'll pass this time.
Yeah.
Good.
It's I see some comments. Chewy steak texture. It's they like finely chop and dice it. It's almost like beef caviar. At least the beef tartare I've had. It's like that would be more the texture. Or it's like you don't literally pick up a chunk of steak and eat it raw. It's prepared a little differently. It's incredible.
That helps because I had a mental image that was sort of along those lines.
No.
I'm not against trying it. It's just when I go to a restaurant that offers that, I look at all the other options and think, why would I get that if I could instead get this? So I basically have to go somewhere that's like steak tartare, and that's all they have. And be like, well, I guess I better give it a go. See if it's the next best thing.
Well, in a lot of places, it's offered as an appetizer too, not always a main course. So that's what's kind of depending where you go. But
they're like, hey, well, we're cooking the rest of the meal. Here's some we didn't.
correct.
Go ahead.
Oh, let's see. In the Czech Republic, potato wedges are commonly referred to as American potatoes.
Okay, these are the seasoned potato wedges. Have you ever heard them called JoJo's?
No, I haven't.
My wife calls them JoJo's.
What?
I don't know why, but I went somewhere else and I heard someone else call them a JoJo's, and maybe it's because she's from Idaho, which is basically the home of, I guess, they invented potatoes back in the day or something. But I don't know why they would be called JoJo's. I've been curious, but I don't want to insult her because she is from Idaho and she knows, right? She knows about potatoes. But JoJo potatoes are the best. Aurelia Julia, right there. Why are they JoJo's? Is it short for something?
Never heard of it. Are they different than regular?
They look the same. Like
JoJo potatoes are the best. Are they different than a russet potato?
I don't know what kind of potato they are. They're usually.
Ooh, Pamela says maybe it's the brand she grew up with.
It's always deli brand though. You always get it from the deli. You don't buy them pre-made. You get them pre-cooked, hot from the deli. We have pizza and JoJo's here.
JoJo potatoes are thick cut, heavily seasoned, and potato wedges that are breaded and either pressure fried or deep fried. Known for being crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, they're regional comfort food, most commonly found in the Pacific Northwest, Mountain West, and parts of Midwest, like Ohio. What makes them special? The breading, the seasoning, how they're cooked, and how to eat them.
How are they different from potato wedges? Other than the fact that JoJo's tends to roll off the tongue and potato wedges is a little more difficult to say.
Well, the potato wedges I eat are never breaded, so that makes these a little different. They're tossed in a spiced flour coating before cooked.
Ohio has them. I call them breaded. I mean I call them potato wedges, and she calls them JoJo's, like the same tray.
So I feel like it's a recipe because you get sliced russet or Yukon Gold potato to make these. So I feel like it's the style of the way this potato is made. It's it's a bougie potato wedge. That's what it is.
Regardless of which one you get, whether it's a JoJo or potato wedges, the best way to eat them is with something called fry sauce.
I'll have some in the fridge.
which is, oh my goodness, fry sauce it's made with mayonnaise, ketchup, and pickle juice. And
It's awesome. We get it from we have a place here. It's a chain called Freddy's Burgers.
Yeah.
And we love the fry sauce. So
there's
it's so
something
good. They sell it by the
spice-
bottle in the
yeah.
place. So we buy one.
You can find it in grocery stores now, fry sauce. It used to be you could only get it at, regional, like around Utah and Idaho at McDonald's, and you could get them at McDonald's, but only at those ones. But now there's some really good ones out there.
Ooh, Lois, I'm with you. Sounds like that's like Thousand Island dressing, very similar. And I love Thousand Island. I can eat it with anything.
That's the wrong song. I'm like, why is it not playing?
As you hit the outro, I've got a small answer for us later.
Still looking. There it is. Okay. It's like 6 pages away from the right song.
Ranch dressing was invented by Nebraskan plumber Steve Henson while he was cooking for workers at his Alaskan ranch. So there's the big tie for ranch in America.
It was actually the ranch. Do you know, Hidden Valley Ranch is my favorite ranch as far as dressing goes. Someone went out and found where the photo is from Hidden Valley Ranch. You could go online and you could actually, they're like, we found the hidden, it's not hidden anymore. We found the ranch.
Exposed.
Where it all comes from. So.
If you like Hidden Valley Ranch, go to the store, get the Hidden Valley Ranch packet, follow the instructions on how to make the ranch as it says, and it's 10 times better than their own Hidden Valley Ranch bottle. It's incredible.
And if you want it to be 100 times better, don't follow the instructions. Use equal parts cottage cheese and sour cream.
Cottage cheese?
Yes. You'll thank me later. It is so good. And it's great as either a party dip for veggies or for chips. So
then we just made a chunky ranch. And how will I know when it expires?
Because it won't expire because it's so good you'll eat it all. That's the way it works.
Got it.
You'll thank me later. We'll put it in the recipe book. Thomas, thanks very much. It's been a fun one today.
That was a fun show.
Plans for the weekend? Anything exciting? We got trips coming up. Is that already?
Trips are next weekend. Hopefully a little bit of golf on Saturday. We'll see what happens. It rained a ton today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So we'll have to call an audible if it does.
Right, mowing if it rains.
I know I really need a break tomorrow so I can get the lawn mowed because I didn't get to mow it today and I'm freaking out a little bit.
I mowed my lawn last week and that was the first time this spring.
I'm on like mow 30.
I've got a little catching up to do. So. Thomas, thank you very much. I hope you have great weather for whatever it is you plan to do, whether it's storm watching or some sporting event. And, appreciate it. It's been fun.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for tuning in again. Thursdays are our favorite days of the week. We love hanging out, chit-chatting with y'all and watching y'all just hang out and chit-chat together. It's a fun place to be and we appreciate you guys.
Yep. Thank you. We'll see you guys live tomorrow morning. See if we can find something fun to watch for a Friday. Have a good one. Bye, Thomas.